What's going on YouTube? It's your boy JT McDay. I'm bringing up a deck profile of the Triple D deck. If you guys like this deck, please leave a comment, leave a like, and subscribe to my channel. I'll be keeping in touch with every DDD deck, every deck I choose. So let's get started. For right now, so what I have here is that I run three Triple D a bit King Abyss Ragnaroks. It's a pretty good card effect. I use it all the time, and I see. It's pretty good because I can banish a monster from my opponent's field as long as I tribute a DDD monster. So I'd say it's a pretty good effect and it's pretty good to use. So yeah, and I run three DDD Silent Corporants because of its effect. Along, I would say I use its pendulum ability because what it does is that allows me to stop any effect, stop an effect from trying to get to this. So I'd say it's pretty good, and it allows me to negate effect if I'm inflicting damage. I'd say like if I would say if I had Dark Contracts out, it would be a good effect to use this on. So it'll probably destroy the Dark Contracts along on them. So basically, I won't take any damage at all. And I run two double D Necro Slimes because of its effect. It's even it because if this card is in my graveyard, I Confusion Summon. All I just gotta do is remove this card with another card. So I'd I'd probably say run either two or three. Probably the most. I'd say two. Uh, you know, short deck. And I run two double D Swirl Slimes. Good effect allows me to fusion summon by using them monsters in my hand or on the field. Pretty good. So I'd say I would basically run three right now, but right now I got two copies. So I would run three. So that would be it. I would run now. Next, I run two double D's from Kepler's. Good effect. Good effect. But I'd say I go for the monster effect because like I don't really mess with the pendulum ability a lot lately. Because it allows me to normal summon. Even if this card is normal or special summon, I can activate one of their. It has two effects. I can target a double D card I control and return it to my hand, or add a dark contract to my hand. I'd say I mess with the second one because it allows you to add a dark contract to your hand. I'd say go with that one for your least. And I run one triple D Chaos King Apocalypse. Um, Pretty good. From what's there, all I just gotta do is like target two face-up monsters on that I can. Well, two face-up spell and trap cards I have on the field. So like saying like if I have two dark contracts out, I can destroy them and bring it out on the field if it's in the graveyard. So I'd say it's pretty good, and I could do this during my opponent's turn. So basically, I can probably if he's declaring a direct attack on me, I can just technically I can basically destroy two dark contracts and bring him out. So to create some defense. So that's what I'd say. Yeah, and it's also considered as a quick effect. So I'd say I probably run probably just one right now or two lately. I'm just saying, and I run one Triple D Doom King Armageddon. Pretty decent card, I guess, because of its effect. Because what its effect can do is like if another double D or monster gets destroyed, this card gains its original attack. Even though this card can't attack the opponent directly, but it's pretty good. I'd say just run one at least, because like if you have three out, you can only activate one of them. I'd say just run one for now. Next up is I run two double D Savant Thomases. It's pretty good effect, I guess. It's all I gotta do is just let's see. It says here I can target a double D monster in my pendulum so I destroy it, and if I do, I can special summon one level 8 double D monster from my deck in defense buff. But for the rest of its turn, and but even though when I special summon, its effects will be negated, so it won't. So possibly I can't be able to activate any special abilities or not. And any battle damage that I would take from this opponent that I take from my opponent is half. So basically, so like, so kind of like basically, I would say like if I had Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon out, because we all know what's his special ability to do. It doubles the damage. But with Savon Thomas out on the field, any damage that you take is half. So basically, you'll be just taking the original damage that you'd be taking if Odd Eyes was attacking. So I'd say run two of those for now. Um, Next, I run Double D Lilith. It's a good card effect, I guess. And it has two abilities what it can do if when it's normal summoned or special. It says here I can target a Double D monster in my graveyard and add it to my hand, or add a face-up Double D pencil monster from my extra deck to my hand. So pretty good effect. I would run it. Next I run Double D Lamia because of its effect. If it's in the graveyard, I can automatically I can special summon it face up on the field. If it's in my if it's in my hand or graveyard, and I can send I can send either a Double D or a Dark Contract and special summon from my graveyard. I'd say it's a pretty good card effect. I'd say I run one for at least, But even though it banishes once it leaves the field, so pretty good effect, and it's a tuner monster, level 1. I'd say run that. Next I run Radian, the multi-dimensional kaiju. Yeah, I know it's weird that running a kaiju monster is bad, but what it can do is that I can special summon it from my opponent's field, and all I just gotta do is tribute one of his monsters. I'd say tribute one of his strongest monsters at least with this card. It's pretty good. Next I run Double D Cerberus. Good card effect. I run it. Good card. And it says here if it's pendulum summoned from the hand, while I control a Double D monster other than him, I can target one continuous spell card in my graveyard and add it to my hand. So basically, I can bring back any Dark Contract I want. So it's a good card effect. I'd run it. Next up, Double D Orthros. Good card effect. Because it says here if I take any battle or effect damage, I can special summon this card from my hand. If it was special summon, since it was special summon, I can't. Even though I can't special summon any more monsters for the rest of the turn, but it says except for fiend types. So that's why you should run only a fiend type deck, because basically that's what you're gonna bring out. Next up, last for the monsters is Double D Savant Galilei. I will basically run at least two or three, at least one or two for the safe keeping. Up next, we're up to spells now. Now I run 3 Dark Contracts of the Gate. Dark Contract with the Gate is a good card effect, allowing me to add a Double D monster from my deck to my hand. Really good. So I say I run it because it can be useful. Even though I'll take 1,000 points of damage for it. Yeah. And I run two Forbidden Contracts, Dark Contract with the Swamp King. Because of this card is good because it allows you to fusion summon automatically with the monsters you have in your hand, field, or graveyard. So basically, this card is like an alternative polymerization. I say I run it. Run it for safekeeping. And I run 2 Allure of Darkness, because of this card, because I can allow it to I can draw 2 cards and send 1 dark type monster to the graveyard. It's a pretty good effect, so I run it. Next up is Magical Mallet. Pretty useful card because you get to have a redo, and I'd say I run it for any special occasions in case if like I got a bad hand or in case I got a bad hand and I need some good combos. I use this card for safekeeping. I'd say run probably at least one for now until then. And I run Pot of Riches, a good card effect that you can use. This card is awesome. You can target any pendulum monster in your graveyard or extra deck and shuffle it right back into your main deck, and then you can draw 2 cards. 2 cards. That's all. That's it. And even though you can't summon any monster, you can't summon it for the rest of the turn except for pendulum summoning. So basically, you can't synchro, synchro or fusion summon for the rest of that turn. But I'd say play it after you're done fusion, synchro, or exceed summoning. I say run at least one for now. And I run one Foolish Burial, um, one Dark Contract with the Yama Yamikai. I don't know how to say that card, but it's really good. I'd say, um, it's well because like it's really good. So I'd say I run it. And I run one for one. That's pretty good. Dark Eruption, Emergency Provisions, good card effect you should use to get rid of dark contracts because you and also you get to gain 1,000. And Upstart Goblin to draw another card, and that's it for spells. Now let's move on to traps cards. For right now I run one Vanity Emptiness because of the effect. That way I can stop my opponent from special summoning. It's pretty. This card is pretty useful for opponents who control a pendulum summoning deck. Pretty good effect. So I'd probably run that. One dark contract with the errors is a good card effect. I'd run it. It's somewhat good. Uh, Pretty good use. Ooh, contract laundry. It's a good card effect, allowing you to destroy as many dark contracts you have on the field. So basically, you can just stop them from. Basically, you can stop dark contracts. I'd say if for pre use, if you have four out and you have this face down, you could probably use it to destroy them, and you gain 1,000 for everyone, and you get you get to draw one card for every one that you destroy, and you get 1,000 for every one that you drew. So basically, if you had four on the field, you destroy them, and you would be able to gain 4,000 and draw four cards from your deck. That's pretty good use. Then I run Dark Contract with the Witch, and Dark Bribe. That's about it. So that's about it for the main deck. So now we're moving on to the extra deck. And so right now I run one double triple D dual king, dual Dawn King Kali Yuga. It's a pretty good. It's a badass effect. It allows you to destroy spells or trap cards on the field. I'd say I run it for now. Then one Gust King Alexander. Pretty good for all you, for everyone. Because if a double D monster is out and while this face up, I can target another level 4 or below double D monster from my graveyard and special summon it. Pretty good effect. I run it. Then I run as Metro Burst Dragon. I like its effect because it allows the opponent not to activate their monster effects during the battle phase. I'd run one at least for now. Then I run one triple D Curse King Siegfried. So basically, it's kind of like a heavy storm, I guess. Well, nah, because like I'm really cool about this last effect because if it gets destroyed, for every dark contract I have on the field, I gain 1,000. So I say it's a pretty good effect. And also I can target one face-up spell, a trap card on the field and I can negate its effects, and I can only do that once a turn. And I run two double triple D the Oracle King Darks. It's pretty good effect because the reason why is that any damage that I take, I gain it instead. So basically, the dark contracts wouldn't will allow me to gain will allow me even though the dark contracts specifically said I'm taking damage, but I can gain these effects once this card is on the field. Pretty good effect. I run it two of them. Next up is two Flame King Gengises. Because of this effect, it's kind of like Gust King Alexander, and but yeah, and I but and I can target one double team monster, so it doesn't matter what level it is. I can just special summon it automatically, and if this card gets destroyed by battle, and from on my field, either by a card if it's destroyed by a card effect or by battle, I can target a dark contract in my graveyard and add it to my hand. That's what I'd use. Yeah. And I run one triple D with Oblivion King Caesar Ragnarok. It's a good effect. It's pretty much good. It says here this card attacks involving this card. You can target you can target one other double D or dark contract while you control and return it to the hand. If you do, I can put one face up monster my opponent controls and give equip it to this monster, and it gains its attack and defense. Gains its attack from it. So it's basically good. So, but I say be careful using that effect against a couple effects on it. And I run one triple D Dragon King Bane Bane Beowulf. Good effect, because it's like a heavy storm. So basically, if your opponent keeps setting traps and spell cards on the field, and during my turn, I can basically automatically destroy them all during the standby phase. So I'd say run it at least one or two. I guess probably. So that is about it for the Triple D deck. If you guys like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I'll be posting these decks profiles, and I'll see you guys later.